Kid!
Hello everyone, welcome to Throwback Theater. We are your hosts, all four of us, every time. Today we watched a movie that I don't think any of us have seen before. It is called
Billy the Kid?
Frisco Kid.
The Frisco Kid.
Frisco Kid.
Frisky Kid, okay.
Frisco Kid.
No, that's a different movie.
Avram!
So,
Frisco Kid.
I don't think any of us have seen this one before. It kind of came up in conversations and we wanted to see it, so we did. And so, what did you guys think about Frisco Kid?
Oh, didn't come.
It was a movie.
It was.
I think it was like Billy the Kid meets Harrison Ford.
Yes.
That's how you sum it up.
meets Jewish deli.
Jewish deli.
So you got some Seinfeld in there. You got some Wild West, and you got some classic Harrison Ford.
No, but honestly though,
Getting angry.
as a Wild
mostly.
West,
Yes.
Before getting
it's
angry.
like as a Western kind of film. I kind of liked it.
Really?
It worked.
Ah.
Yeah, it worked.
So Rutch, what would you say is the plot of the Frisco Kid?
Well, we have Gene Wilder as our main character, and he kind of takes us on a slow but semi-interesting adventure through the American West during 1850.
50.
God! I don't want to be with these filthy cunts! Here you go!
He's gonna get his revenge.
And so he came from Poland,
Yes.
from his posse of other Jewish
Rabbis. Yes.
And they sent him on a mission to San Francisco by way of Philadelphia.
In New York, which is right next to San
next
Francisco.
I am sending you to San Francisco. Ja,
Where is San Francisco?
by New York.
So he started his adventure there very quickly, early on in the film, and he got robbed.
Well,
He got
conned.
He got took.
and then robbed.
It was like an all-day con, and then they robbed him at the end.
Hey,
Yeah.
back in the 1850s, maybe that was a normal thing. All right, maybe cons ran a long time. I don't know.
Let's get him out of the city, and now let's rob him.
Maybe they want to be extra sure.
But leave him
Yes.
all of his actual stuff. Just take his money.
I mean, right off the bat, we're kind of getting a taste of how this movie's really going to pace, because this con takes like 10 to 15 minutes. Nowadays, it would be,
3
one scene.
tops.
It'd be one scene.
Yeah.
3 minutes, done, we're on our way. And that kind of carries on throughout this whole movie. It's just really slow paced.
Yep.
The filmmakers take their time and kind of, I guess, enjoy just shooting a movie in the West.
Yeah.
But to cap the rest of the story of what happens, we have Gene Wilder. He gets robbed. He loses all his money. He's left basically stripped down to his underwear, and eventually he grabs his
Not
clothes
basically,
again.
literally.
Yeah. But eventually he gets on a train ride, and he doesn't meet Harrison Ford's character.
No.
Nope. He'll meet him later, but not on this trip.
No.
Just a couple gags, couple giggles.
Simple Simon says you don't have to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Now, I want you all to stay calm and listen, because I'm only going to say this once. First thing is, don't turn around. There's a man behind you with a big shotgun, and he don't care to be recognized.
They're all playing Simon Says. The way I've been thinking about it is that the full 2 hours of the film is really just a series of vignettes, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
It seemed like there was a lot of things or kind of small aspects that they really wanted to make sure they had in this movie.
Well, they had
And
like
so
a
it's
gag
like-
book, and then they're like, okay, this we got to tell this
Well,
joke.
there's just like there's no
it's like-
there's no logic of how they got from A to B from one scene to
were
the next. It's just like
a little bit
over
connected.
here, bam, okay, now we're over here. Just
Yeah.
like cut to over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a little choppy.
So they start their adventure,
Uh-huh.
and what really makes this couple work is Gene Wilder is
They're a couple.
this duo. This
Did you not see them cuddling there?
That's right.
Not to mention the swimming lesson.
Closer! Wait. We are doing this to keep warm, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
In that case, you can put your arms around me.
Here, darling.
Gene Wilder is a fish out of water. He doesn't
Yes.
know what the American West is really like. He's read it in books. He knows some words to say, but otherwise he picks up everything else from Harrison Ford's character. But that's where a lot of our humor really stems from. Is just, honestly, his one-liners. Just like he pauses, he waits, he thinks, then he says a one-liner, and it's funny.
What do you say when you get really took by surprise? Oi, Gewalt. Oi, Gewalt?
Yeah?
That's it. That's what she it means.
Or she is. Yeah, that makes sense.
But to sum up the rest of the ending of this movie, I think it really boiled down to that one line where Gene Wilder was like, why are you leaving me? I'm gonna go to San Francisco. You should come with me. Like, you're my best friend. And
Yeah.
you should be my best man in my wedding. And then Harrison Ford, even though it's kind of cheesy slightly, Harrison Ford is like, I've never had a best friend.
Yes.
So like the whole movie was just them becoming best buddies. So in that context, it makes sense. But
Yeah. He was a thief with the heart of gold.
yeah.
Because he didn't have to save
That's
the
what
rabbi at all.
the chief said too, right?
Yeah. So
Something like that.
he had a nice character arc. Like he was like train robber in the beginning, and then by the end of the movie, he was.
Yeah.
A train robber.
This is
who
simple
made
plot.
Like
up
trying
something.
really hard to be a bad guy, even though he knew, and they both kind of knew he wasn't that guy anymore.
Yeah.
They did challenge the status quo as far as like, how does a rabbi operate in the real world?
Right.
Like, if you kill someone, is that murder? Even though you're a rabbi, even though it could have been self-defense, like, what does that mean for you?
Yeah.
You know, what does it mean to give up your Saturday? Will you do that? In this film, he didn't, but
Well, he kind of cheated a little bit.
yeah, he bent the rules. And
Once he couldn't see the sun anymore, then
Yeah.
it was down.
Oh, it's down. Okay.
yeah, but at the end of the movie, he really had that challenging moment of like, am I a rabbi anymore?
Right.
Because of all these events that have
But he's
happened.
also just questioning whether, like, what his motives for doing anything actually was at that point. And because he was talking about he saved the Torah and he did it because he was saving a book when he should have, like, everything the Torah says basically would say save the person, you know, his friend, kind of. So
Yeah. I did
Yeah.
think that scene was very interesting, yeah.
he had this, like, brief moment of, like, not being sure who he was, and then it was like they kind of glossed over it, and then I'm the rabbi, I'm actually surprised,
Yeah.
you know, kind of
So
like it was pretty brief.
Yeah, it was really wholesome in that
Nice wholesome movie.
yeah, in that context. But at, like the very end of the movies, where all like the serious storylines actually play out.
Right. Yeah, the showdown.
Yeah.
Him meeting the woman that he's betrothed to, and the reason why he trekked over 3,000 miles to get there. So yeah, it was nice little tied up bow at the end of the movie.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Do you think this movie would have been different if we had, like, instead of Harrison Ford, like Clint Eastwood or like John Wayne?
It wouldn't have worked.
No.
Well, I think that's the.
It
It's
needed
also
to
why I was
be
intrigued.
like a light-hearted, kind of likable rogue character. And Clint Eastwood doesn't play that type of character. He plays the like assassin for hire, like the gunman that never gets close to anybody, but like kind of maintains that. It's like the original iteration of Boba Fett, like wearing a mask, or the Mandalorian, like wearing a mask. Yeah, he's cool, he's interesting, but you're never gonna get close to him because that's not what he's about.
The salt. Pass the salt, please. Thanks. You're welcome.
So would you guys watch this one again? Would you throw back or throw away? Joey.
I'd probably throw away.
Oh, you threw away last time.
Are you
Come on,
happy
man.
you at least watched it once, though?
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch anything with Harrison Ford just to see, what it's like at least once. And there's very little that's like I wouldn't say it was bad, and there's very little I think that I've seen from Harrison Ford that I think is bad either. Like 7 Days and 7 Nights might be an exception because that one was pretty bad. So this reminded me a little bit of that, but that one was like just more edgy, and that was later in his career, so it was kind of like they knew that they were making like more of a, it wasn't supposed to be the greatest ever, even if they wanted it to be. And so this was more like Gene Wilder hadn't done a lot at this point, I don't think yet, and Harrison Ford hadn't done a lot, so it was more like they were capitalizing on some like rising stars and just kind of what that would be for them to play off each other. So I wouldn't watch it again just because I don't think there was enough there to make it, and it was just too long.
I would not throw back. I would throw this away.
Really?
Yeah, like it was fun watching it for like a first viewing, but like I would not watch it again. It's very long. I felt like there's better Western movies and there's better comedies out there starring Gene Wilder. So yeah, I wouldn't watch this again.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I'm not saying that it's a classic by any means, but I don't think I'd throw it away. I think it's a little bit of a throwback. I'm not saying that it has a super high rewatchability, but I'll say, a couple years from now, or maybe, between a couple years from now and a couple decades from now, I'm sure I could see myself watching it once or twice more. I think it's
mostly because you would have forgotten that you hadn't seen it to begin with.
It's got enough of a fun time to make me laugh and be fun to see, especially if it's like up on TV or something, and you're just like, oh, it's a pretty good one. I remember that one.
Yeah, I would say that's
where it stands for me, I think.
Yeah, I would say it's a good like TV movie. Like if it was on TV, just flip to it. Yeah, give it some moments. But I would throw this away. I mean, my standard of like what's a good movie is rewatchability. Can you rewatch this? And that's how I make my standards of like, this is a really good movie. Right. This I would probably never watch again. But I think we were all lucky that we have all never seen this before, because we're all able to like kind of enjoy it and not just have to sit through 2 hours of it. Because it is nice to watch it as a first pass. It was very funny, and many of the moments, unfortunately, a lot of those were spaced between dry, dull moments. But it was pretty funny. So I'm glad we watched it, but I'd have to throw away.
Doesn't make the cuts.
Apparently, I'll be the only one watching this one.
Well, that's it, guys.
So, join me.
Okay, but one follow-up question for Taylor. Would you rewatch this before you'd rewatch Cowboys vs. Aliens, Harrison Ford's other Western?
Oh my gosh.
I'd actually probably watch this one.
Before Cowboys vs. Aliens?
There was a lot of funny moments
I actually, great. Until you just mentioned that, totally forgot about that film. So I
forgot
so
about
you'd rewatch it. Daniel Craig.
Yeah, well.
Well, you heard it from us. 3 throwaways and 1 throwback.
The Frisco Kid.
Really good fruit.
Watch out for that stuff.
What's the matter with you? I love this fruit.
It ain't fruit. I'm telling you, watch out.
Eat. הוא הרעג'ודי, מול הישראלי זים